डन माताजी।
हरे कृष्ण। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादिशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्ता वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा माधव जय श्री राधा माधव राधा दामोदर जय श्री राधा दामोदर। जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद गुरुदेव गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री गुरुदेव की जय। यदि प्रभुपाद न होई तो तबे की होई तो ये जीवन बहिता किसे। यदि प्रभुपाद न होई तो तबे की होई तो ये जीवन बहिता किसे। निताय गौरेर आपना करुण हे दीत सकाल देशे। निताय गौरेर आपरा करुण हे दीत सकाल देशे। निताय गौरेर अपार करुण हे दीत सकल देशे। यदि प्रभुपाद न होई तो तबे की होई तो ये जीवना बहित किसे। पश्चात्येरयात पापी दुराचारी शून्यवादी मायावादी ताडेर उद्धार करी बारे मन हे ना कोण दयानिधी। यदि प्रभुपाद न होई तो तबे की होई तो ये जीवना बहित किसे। तारेर निकाट कोण जाना आसी विलायता हरि नामा। सभ्या जीवा रूपे गडीते तारेर के हायते अगुयाना। यदि प्रभुपाद न होई तो कबे की होई तो ये जीवना बहित किसे। देशे देशे हरि विग्रह सेवा आराती रात्रि दिन। रथयात्राची महोत्सवा प्रवासिकाय कौन जाना। यदि प्रभुपाद न होई तो तबे की होई तो ये जीवना बहित किसे। गीता भागवत चैतन्य चरित प्रेमामृता रस सारा। कथान सुंदर सरला कार्य के बूझा तारा। यदि प्रभुपाद न होई तो तबे की होई तो ये जीवना बहित किसे। काटा कष्ट सही प्रीता माने हरि की वादीता के दीता मोदीर पूरी वृंदावन मायापुर मत धामा। यदि प्रभुपाद न होई तो तबे की होई तो ये जीवन बहुत खींचे परमा मंगल श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभुर शिक्षाधाना आचार्य प्राचार्य सदा मादेरे एकारिता नियोजना यदि प्रभुपाद न होई तो तबे की होई तो ये जीवना बहुत खींचे प्रेम कल्पतरुणीताय गौरेर कृपा कनाला विवारे मीरावादी जाय कथा कहदाय तुम्हारा शरण करे यदि प्रभुपाद न होई तो तबे की होई तो ये जीवना बहुत खींचे नीताय गौरेर आपना करुण सेकील सकाल देशे नीताय गौरेर अपार करुण के दीत सकल देशे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्रील गुरुदेव की जय. Today is the most auspicious occasion of Tirabhav Tithi of Srila Prabhupada, and we have His Grace Gaurachandra Gopinath Prabhu start the third chapter of Nectar of Devotion, which is going to talk about the mercy of devotees. And who else is more merciful than Srila Prabhupada himself, who went to the Western world at the age of 70 with just one set of first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, couple of copies, and 40 rupees. And it is explained that Prabhupada is the best businessman, right? Who has created 108 temples all around the world, so many millions of devotees dedicating their lives to the mission of Srila Prabhupada, and his investment was only 40 rupees and a few cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam. So in this way, akama sarva kamova moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. If you have lot of desires to become materially successful, or if you want to attain Krishna prema, the solution is follow the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said, chant minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra and follow the 4 regulated principles. I will take you back home, back to Godhead. So with these words, I'd like to hand over to His Grace Gaurachandra Gopinath Prabhu. He is going to drown us in the ocean of ecstasy as we are celebrating Srila Prabhupada Tirobha Mahamahotsava today. Over to you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. There are 18 people so far. I can see participants. Anushri Mataji, Hemamalli Mataji, Dr. Karpavalli Mataji, Jai Muti Mata, Radha Devi Dasi, Nandini Mataji, somebody's read me. So please rename your name. Rogini Mataji, Rukmani Ruparani Mataji, Hare Krishna, Saraswati Mataji, Shobha Mataji, Sudha Mataji, Suma Manoj, Suma Kulkarni, Hare Krishna to all of you. I see all your blessings.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishnamurti Prabhu. Hare Krishna, nice to see you. So,
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams.
today being Srila Prabhupada, Hare Krishna, disappearance day. So I also want to glorify Srila Prabhupada, Dandavat Pranam. So I will divide the session into half. Half of the session we'll do NOD, half of the session pure glorification of Srila Prabhupada, and try to be conscious. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamagyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuda Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadodam Parijana Sakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitam Cha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatade Shadarine महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतिशे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुदे देवी नमामि हरे प्रिये वाचा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धु भयेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु दीनदारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं हरि ओम तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. Welcome once again. Today we are reading from our Nectar of Devotion, chapter 3. So I want us to read each paragraph. Then we'll have a summary. Then we'll move on to Prabhupada Katha. So anybody want to read today's Akita Shobha Mataji? Yeah, please go ahead.
हरे कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Now we are chapter number 3. Am I audible ji?
Mataji, okay. I think before that you occasionally would read prayers to 6 Goswamis, right?
Hare Krishna. Yeah.
विचारणैक निपुणौ सद्धर्म संस्थापकौ लोकानां हितकारिणौ त्रिभुवने मान्यौ शरण्याकरौ राधा कृष्ण पदारविन्द भजना मत्तेन नन्देन मत्तालिकौ वन्दे रूप सनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीव गोपालकौ. I offer my respectable obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with aim of establishing eternal religious principles of benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the 3 worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mode of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna. Thank you very much. Now you can read.
Hare Krishna. Now we are in the Nectar of Devotion, chapter 3. The chapter heading is Eligibility of the Candidate for Accepting Devotional Service. On account of his association with Mahatmas or great souls, 100% in the devotional service of the Lord, one may attain a little bit of attraction for Sri Krishna, but at the same time, one may remain very much attached to physical activities and material sense enjoyment, and not be prepared to undergo the different types of renunciation. Such a person, if he has unflinched attraction to Krishna, becomes an eligible candidate for discharging devotional service. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavati.
Next person, please.
Can I read? Can I read? This attraction for Krishna consciousness in association with pure devotees is the sign of great fortune. It is confirmed by Lord Chaitanya that only the fortunate persons, by the mercy of both a bona fide spiritual master and Krishna, will get the seed of devotional service. In this connection, Lord Krishna says in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 20th chapter, verse 8. My dear Uddhava, only by personal fortune does someone become attracted to me. And even if one is not completely detached from fruitive activities or is not completely attached to devotional service, Such service is quickly effective. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Devotees may be divided into three classes. The devotee in the first or uppermost class is described as Uttam. As, just lower the screen. Uh, Devotees may be divided into three classes. The devotee in the first or uppermost class is described as expert in the study of relevant scriptures, and he's also expert in putting forward arguments of the scriptures. He can very nicely present conclusions with perfect discretion and can consider the ways of devotional service in a decisive way. He understands perfectly that the ultimate goal of life is to attain to the transcendental loving service of Krishna, and he knows that Krishna is the only object of worship and love. This first class devotee is one who has strictly followed the rules and regulations under the training of a bona fide spiritual master and has sincerely obeyed him in accord with revealed scriptures, thus being fully trained to preach and become a spiritual master himself. He is considered first class. The first class devotee never deviates from the principles of higher authority, and he attains firm faith in the scriptures by understanding with all reason and arguments. When we speak of arguments and reason, it means arguments and reason on the basis of revealed scriptures. The first class devotee is not interested in dry speculative methods meant for wasting time. In other words, one who has attained a mature determination in the matter of devotional service can be accepted as a first class devotee. Hare Krishna.
Person, please.
I shall read.
The second class devotee.
Go ahead, Mataji.
The second class devotee has been defined by the following symptoms. He is not very expert in arguing on the strength of revealed scripture, but he has firm faith in the objective. The purport of this description is that the second class devotee has firm faith in the procedure of devotional service unto Krishna, but he may sometimes fail to offer arguments on decisions on the strength of revealed scripture to an opposing party. But at the same time, he is still undaunted within himself as to his decision that Krishna is the supreme object of worship. Shall I continue, Prabhuji?
Somebody else can do the paragraph.
Krishna. Our faith or third class devotee is one whose faith is not strong and who at the same time recognize the decision of the revealed scripture. The neophyte can be changed by someone else with strong arguments or by an opposite decision. Unlike the second class devotee, who also cannot put forward arguments and evidences from the scripture, but who still has all faith in the objective. The neophyte has no firm faith in the objective, thus he is called the neophyte devotee. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Okay. So the today's topic is the who can be in devotion, who can perform eligibility for and what is the primary candidate eligibility criteria for any person to follow what is the criteria do you think to become a devotee?
Faith, preliminary faith in Krishna's scriptures.
Okay. What if somebody is not dictated?
Association with a pure devotee and is mercy.
One second. Somebody said you should read scripture. What if I don't know? I'm a dumb guy. I can't read scriptures. I don't know read and write. Can't I become devotee?
Prabhuji, love for the Lord.
Yes, Prabhu. Can be.
How to measure the love for the Lord? because you don't know even Krishna consciousness. You don't know the ABCD. Who is Krishna conscious? That means everybody should jump from Goloka Vrindavan. Love for God, it means everybody who is pure devotee only can become devotee. Does that mean nobody can become devotee? Who is person doesn't know what? Let's say person is in Christianity, Mohammedan. Can he become a devotee because he doesn't know?
Association and mercy of the pure devotee, Prabhu.
Mercy of the Guru, Prabhuji.
Bhakti is costless. Bhakti is independent.
If you have spontaneous
Why
love for
somebody,
Krishna, Prabhuji.
why somebody got bhakti? I don't know. Costless. Costless means what? There's no reason. So what are the other arguments?
Faith, by developing faith, you can say, you can develop Krishna consciousness. Faith is the basic criteria.
Before
Prabhuji, your voice is echoing, Prabhuji. And also,
somebody might be on unmute, so probably might echo. I
Now it's okay, Prabhuji.
should get faith. Everyone get faith. Does that come in the courier? Or have they put 10 gram of faith in Krishna, just your bhakti? How does one get one's faith? Why not getting faith? 30 people, 100 crore people in India. Does everyone have faith on Krishna?
you're breaking, Prabhuji. You're breaking, Prabhuji.
Internet being a problem. I will go unmute video. I will reduce it. Probably I'll change the network. Still, that doesn't help. I'll change network to phone network. Having internet issues. Is it not? Hello. Hello. Is it any better?
Little better,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Yes, now it is better.
Little better, little better.
Yeah. What is the electric criteria to become a devotee?
But have
Like in the
faith and
9
love
stages
God.
of devotion, it is faith, Shraddha, and then sadhu sangha, then bhajana kriya. So I think by faith we develop Krishna consciousness.
The
Like,
Tagnana
I don't deny that. 1 second. So I don't deny that. But how does, why not other people getting Shraddha? Why only few people are getting Shraddha? Or what
It
is
is
things Shraddha to come some people? What is not coming to other people? That was my question.
the Agnata Sukruti, Prabhuji.
Why
Already
everybody doesn't get Shraddha? Huh?
Based upon their consciousness, Prabhu.
Whose consciousness?
Their consciousness.
Prabhuji, it is because of Maya, Prabhuji.
Ajnata Sukruti, Prabhuji.
If Maya,
Some
One must have
Ajnana
attraction.
Sukriti. Who said, somebody said Ajnana Sukriti. Can you define what is Ajnana Sukriti means? What if I have to get some 1 kg of Ajnana Sukriti? What should I do? As per you, what is that?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Somehow,
Yeah.
some of the janmas or even in this janma, we would have appreciated Lord's paraphernalia or any devotional service we would have appreciated. So these will um, become an Agnata Sukruti in our lives. Prabhuji. So this will become the
I have
reason for
Anatha Hospital. I've constructed education center. I'm doing a lot of Dana Dharma. Will that give me Shukriti?
no, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji.
So
Why?
that will only
Must have done seva. Must have done
that will
seva. Must have been.
help
Must have
us to
done
acquire
japa.
punya and we can go to higher planetary systems. That's all.
I thought
But
Sukriti means anything pious, good activity is done. It's Ajnana Sukriti without knowingly doing some pious activity. Is it not?
no, Prabhuji. Devotionally, we should do, Prabhuji. Anything
Yeah,
related to
must
the
Yeah. Must have done devotional service, Prabhuji, to Krishna.
Yeah.
Krishna
Vishnu
says, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Prapadanti. Means after mentioning the first,
Vasudeva Sarvam.
yes,
Of life, then they'll become a devotee. Yeah,
yes, yes, that is, yes, yes.
but somebody becomes understanding Vasudeva is everything is very rare. But how does one come to that? Say, why not everybody? Like everybody's had millions of life. All the jivas are having millions of life. Why only few are getting into bhakti? Why they don't have the shraddha, faith? Why Krishna is partial? He should give faith to everyone. Then after that person is taking it or not, it's different story. But why Krishna induced bhakti to everyone? Why doesn't he give shraddha to everyone?
Again, it's Sukriti, Prabhuji, and also one should have attraction for
Right
Krishna.
answer. So
Hare
we
Krishna,
have seen.
Prabhu.
Yeah, go ahead.
In Bhagavad Gita only, भगवान said no. बहुनाम जन्मनाम अंते ज्ञानमान प्रभु. इतने जन्मों के बाद ही उसको ज्ञान मिलता है. भगवान ही उत्तम है.
Let's say the soul is taken this many millions of life, then automatically we get shraddha. Is that like that?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu is
No.
the Lord's
No.
devotees more merciful, Prabhu, than the Lord himself. And the Lord doesn't give devotional service to everyone because he becomes captured by them, Prabhu.
So here, but he will, Krishna doesn't give bhakti, right? And who gives bhakti?
Spiritual master.
His pure devotees,
Spiritual
Prabhu. They are more
What?
merciful.
Guru.
Why Krishna is devotee to give the bhakti? Why he himself is not giving bhakti? Bhakti is all about Krishna, right? Krishna should give. We are going and praying. Are you praying to Krishna to give me bhakti or not? Then why
Krishna is so pure, we can't reach to Krishna, Prabhuji. We are
He
not
wants to
that.
glorify his devotees.
My question is, Krishna, you said Krishna is not giving bhakti. Have you in your lifetime went to in front of the deities, asked for bhakti or not? If Krishna is not going to give, why are you asking him bhakti?
He will
He's the
send
one
his
who
pure devotees, Prabhu.
Okay.
Through them, he will give us bhakti.
I heard in a class, Prabhuji. I heard in a class because in the class they said Krishna says, take anything, don't ask me bhakti.
Okay. So then we should stop worshipping Krishna, no?
No, no,
He
not
doesn't
like that.
anything. What is the
It
point
is,
in worshiping? He doesn't
it is
give
said in
bhakti.
Chaitanya Charitamrita that कोनो भाग्य जीवा पाए लगता बीज means by the grace of Krishna and Guru we get that bhaktirata beej in us. That is mentioned Chaitanya Charitamrita. कोनो
Very good.
कोनो भाग्य
Yeah.
कोनो भाग्य
Brahmande
जीवा
Brahmite Kaun Bhagyavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Bhaktilada Bija. That
yes, yes.
Bhagyavan Jiva, how we selected? My question is all about, I agree. I'm not denying it. Why that person is becoming fortunate? How that person is becoming a fortunate? What is the quality criteria for me to become that candidate?
Yes, Krishna says in
Why
7th chapter, Artha Arthi Jigyasunani. Means in this birth,
not?
those are Artha Arthi Jigyasunani. Such type of devotees come to me and they become devotees. But like that, Krishna says.
Hare Krishna
Okay.
Prabhuji, when the person is fully surrendered to Krishna, then in all situations he is dependent on Krishna.
Prabhuji, the hankering of the soul, Prabhuji.
Somebody said surrendering. After becoming so many years of Krishna conscious life, I'm not able to surrender. How immediately surrender to Krishna? Arguing that all of you are surrendered to Krishna
Krishna says in
already?
Bhagavad Gita,
Only the mercy of Bhagavan.
the distressed, the inquisitive, the
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, it is only by the mercy of Bhagavan.
Because of
It's only by the mercy of
Bhagavan doesn't
Prabhuji.
give bhakti. Krishna doesn't give bhakti. Somebody said, I'm not saying, that's what I was asking. So somebody said Krishna will not give bhakti.
I said Prabhuji.
His
Prabhuji,
devotees,
the
pure.
soul knows real wants of the soul within Prabhuji. So only the super soul knows. And then the super soul arranges for a guru, Prabhuji. Everything is
Oh,
done by Krishna only.
so evening you can arrange. Evening
Guru
you
and
arrange
sadhu.
for a Christian. Okay. Thank you so much. You can evening discuss, you can brainstorm and tell me the answer. Now let us continue that, and I want to have some time with Prabhupada as well. So what we have seen is the introduction definition of what is pure devotional service. Anyabhileshita shunyam, jnana karma dhyanavritam, anukulena krishnanusilinam bhaktirutam. So that we have seen the definition. Then the characteristics of in the chapter 1 we have seen what is that it does, how to practice. That yesterday we have concluded the sessions, right? Now chapter 3 is who is qualified to practice devotional service. As per Prabhupada, he says on the account of his association with Mahatma souls, he will be given Krishna consciousness. The only criteria, what causes devotion, how one suddenly gets into devotion. It's not Shraddha. Shraddha might start initially. We are starting the devotional process. The 9 steps, Shraddha is definitely required to start the process. Some faith should be there. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Pad expands this 9 into some 13 or 14 steps. And out of which the first one is just Ajnana Sukriti. So what causes this devotion? Srila Prabhupada writes, one may attain a little bit of attraction to Sri Krishna, but at the same time may remain very much attached to fruitive activities and material sense enjoyment. Such a person, if he has unflinching attraction to Krishna, becomes eligible candidate for discharging devotional service. So as somebody said, Ajnana Sukriti, even a person unknowingly, either to Bhakti, Bhagavan, some uh, amount of some Ajnana Sukriti, we unknowingly appreciated something or unknowingly taken prasadam, unknowingly circumvented Vishnu temple, unknowingly done some seva to the Vaishnavas, then that causes the faith, Ajnana Sukriti, faith in that. And bhakti is independent. Krishna doesn't interfere with bhakti, and Krishna does not give himself bhakti. He enables through bhaktas. The bhakti can come from only bhaktas. There is no other option. Only pure souls like Prabhupada can give the bhakti to others. So bhakti can come from a pure bhakta. It can't come from any other source. And sometimes the bhaktas are costless. Why they are given to somebody? Prabhupada, why he has went to Western world and preached to those Milechas and Devanas? No, it's costless mercy. There is no reason, no definition. He is compassionate. He want to save the entire universe. So he will say, Krishna, please give him bhakti. Even though he doesn't qualify, I make them qualify. You give. Krishna says yes. So by praying to Krishna, asking for bhakti, he senses his representative. Through representative, he sends the bhakti. Krishna doesn't directly give bhakti. So it is very important that who causes the devotion? Only by the association of a pure Vaishnava can one bhakti. At the same time, one person may not be having attraction to Sri Krishna. He might still attach to fruitive results, still might attach to material enjoyment. This is the biggest problem. We might say, oh, this devotee is there for 10, 15 years and Krishna conscious still he does this activity. We try to judge people. Now, person is already come to the hospital, is taking treatment. Some of them will take a year to cure, some of them will take 20 years to cure, some of them take many lifetimes to cure. But he is in the hospital, he is in the right medication. Some of the medication, somebody will work for one day, cold will go in one day, somebody will take for a weeks to go. So it does not mean that we should criticize those devotees. They are association of Srila Prabhupada. They are an association of Srila Prabhupada books. Doesn't matter. This lifetime or next lifetime, they will do it. See, we are flying our own flight to go back to Godhead. In middle of the flight, you are in the middle of the air and you're criticizing other plane. Oh, what is he doing? And things like that. Nobody will help you yourself in the mid of the air. How can somebody help you? You have to fly your own. So better mind our business, do sadhana and go back rather than criticizing others to see how he is progressing or not. So, Prabhupada clearly calls out on account of association with Mahatmas, then one would get this bhakti. There is no other. That Ajnana Sukriti, he gets some Krishna. Because of Ajnana Sukriti, one gets bhakti, then he gets it. Even though he has material attachment, still he become qualified. So this is another confirmation. Rupa Goswami takes another references from Srimad Bhagavatam, where the Uddhava Gita, where Krishna himself speaking, my dear Uddhava, only by exceptional fortune does someone become attracted to me. The faith comes where I told you the exceptional fortune is Agyana Sukriti. And even if one is not completely detached from fruitive activities or not completely attached to the devotional service, such service is quickly effective. Person may not be right now a devotee, but he has faith on Krishna. He wants to surrender to Krishna, but still is in the process. Still, he becomes qualified. The devotion will come to him. This exceptional fortune is the costless mercy of the pure Vaishnavas. Most of the time, it generally the Agyana Sukriti, when person gets the so that Agyana Sukriti as well. Some of the devotees mercifully they deliver it. I came to know one of the incident from His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj. They were traveling on the car, so he went to a petrol bunk and they were putting petrol. So Maharaj, there's no necessity to get down. He got down and he had a beat bag and also he had a servant. So he said he wants to tighten his dhoti. So what he did is he called that boy who is putting petrol next to the attendant. He gave his bead bag, asked him to hold. Then Maharaj was, I don't know, is he really doing it or he was just purposefully tightening his dhoti or dress. Then he took the bead bag and sat in the car. So the servant is watching all of this. He's get bewildered. Maharaj, can I ask you one question? He said, yes. So many servants are here. You would have left your bead bag in the car. There is no necessity for you to get down. But you still got down. You gave the bead bag to that other guy and took it back and set it. What does that mean? Maharaj said, I don't know. I will come next time in this road line or not, to this petrol bunk or not, whether this soul will be there or not. Just by holding my bead bag, he started his Agyana Sukriti, his devotional services started. If this not lifetime, next lifetime, he will become a devotee. So they see the vision of the acharyas, see the vision of the mood of the acharyas, right? Uh, so they understand this. What is Agyana Sukriti, costless mercy? Now Maharaj has initiated this little bit of faith, Shraddha on him. Still, he is not a pure Vaishnava. Then he will get that. Okay, so that's one example of how these devotees are coming now. And also Prabhupada talks about if one is too or detached from emotion, his renunciation is important because we know bhakti, when you do bhakti, vairagya and jnana are the two sense of the bhakti. One should develop as we progress in bhakti, vairagya as well as the jnana to that. So one is detached from emotional or sensual activities. He will not be inclined to devotional service. We need to devote our senses and minds. It's not that we renounce everything and become a dry renunciant, but rather than we take this as a devotal to Krishna conscious because there are also emotion involved. There is a love involved. So if you're becoming too dry, emotionless, things like that, if you're not engaging your senses, then there is no rasa. So Krishna is rasa murti. So rasa. So we need to also engage our aspects into the devotional service. Now Prabhupada started explaining, sorry, Rupa Goswami started explaining there are different levels of candidates, which you will see detail in the next level. But I just finished this fifth paragraph. There are as per Rupa Goswami, there are various definition in various places. Don't get confused. Some places when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked who is Bhakta, then he gives three different definition of Uttama, Madhyama, Kanishta. If you go to Bhagavatam, he gives a different level of definition, and there are different definition in different places. But I'm sticking to only Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, where here person who is faith in the scripture and is able to present it well, is able to understand and preach to others and answer anybody challenges is Uttamadhikari. Madhyamadhikari is one. Madhyamadhikari is one. He has faith, but he's not able to argue back. Then he said, at least, Prabhu, let me ask my Medhavani Mataji, Her Grace Medhavani Mataji, then I'll come back to you, right? Or you might ask somebody saying that I will ask that Mataji and come back to you, like that. Then he's Madhyamadhikari. He can't able to present it, but he has complete faith and he goes and refers to the seniors. Whereas the Kanishta Adhikari is, he can be manipulated. Today he'll say, yeah, I believe in Krishna. Somebody says tomorrow, Baba is Krishna, then they go to the Baba. So those kind of person are Kanishtatikari, which they can be manipulated. So this is a summary of the levels of devotees, and you're going forward, you're going to see that. So in summary, who is the eligible for becoming a devotee? A person has little bit of Ajnana Sukriti, who is in association with pure Vaishnava. The bhakti comes from only bhaktas. And by that costless mercy of the Vaishnavas, giving them some prasadam, giving some book distribution, or going for Ratha Yatra, people watching it, that is the costless mercy of the Vaishnavas to deliver every fallen conditioned soul. Somebody is not devotees, looked at Ratha Yatra, looked at some books, or touched the books, Bhagavad Gita. What happens is they'll start accumulating this Ajnana Sukriti, then they'll start developing the faith, then they become Bhagunam Janmanamante, Jnanavan Prabhadyante, Vasudeva Sarvamedi, Samahatma Surladava. Brahmande Pramete Kon Bhakyavan Jiva, Guru Krishna Paya, Bhakti Lada Pija. So then all the shlokas comes out saying that yes, this person is a little bit Ajnana Sukriti God because of unconditional love of the Bhaktas, pure devotional service like Prabhupada, pure Vaishnavas, who distributed the mercy irrespective of what kind of person he is. He gave prasadam, he taught them how to wear sari, he taught them how to go on Harina, he taught them how to do Ratha Yatra, he taught them how to worship deities. Somehow or other, they have been engaged, then they got that Ajnana Sukriti, and they could able to come to the Krishna conscious level. And of course, person devotee still can be attachment, but slowly they are, some of them might do shorter. So we should not do any offenses. Everybody needs to be considered as a Vaishnava and respect and fly our own flight. Now, another 20 minutes, we will do a wonderful katha on Prabhupada. Now, any questions so far?
My question is that we all are spirit souls, but now we are in the process of Krishna consciousness, and a Vaishnava shows compassion on even the non-devotee. So can a devotee consider a non-devotee a Vaishnava? Means on a soul level, means he's a spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. So is he a Vaishnava, or is he a, means though being a non-devotee, is he a devotee? Means because he's a soul, part and parcel of Krishna. That compassion level.
Okay. I will ask you one example. There is Rama is there, Ravana is fighting. Rama is going to kill Ravana. He's going to kill that soul. Ravana also has a soul. Do you support Rama or Ravana?
Rama.
Why?
Because he's
Why
God.
you're not compassionate to Ravana? Why you're not compassionate to Ravana?
No, because he's Adham, means he did sinful activities the entire life. Ravan.
Okay. So now you are going to preach somebody. Let's say somebody is drowning or somebody is getting accident. You're going to help him because you're supposed to be compassionate, right? What if this person is a big thief, big gangster? You helped him to save his life, and after that he's going to come and do that. Will that karma come to you or not?
Yes, it is because I'm not
So
a great devotee.
how can I be compassionate if I don't know the person?
Okay, means we are not great devotees like Narad Muni, who instructed Valmiki to become, means he was a thief previously, but then, so we are not like that great devotees, like you can say.
So we should not preach. If I go out, I don't know anybody. I've been asked to book distribution. So should I go and check what is your profile? Can you tell me? Then I'll preach to you. Or should I go and preach? So devotees go and preach. Are they committing offenses? Are they getting karma?
Yes, it is said that we should not preach
Instruct
to
a faithless
non-believers.
person, glories of the holy name is offenses to
Yes,
instruct
yes,
a faithless person.
then
So,
offenses,
but
yes.
if you want to preach freely to it, each and everyone they glorify, they go and tell Mahamantra. So are they committing offenses?
That is also my question, because that is there in the 10 offenses,
Yeah,
but we should
that is
not
the
preach to
homework.
non-believers. Yes.
Yes, that is the homework. For you, go and research and you come back. Otherwise, if I say everything, then you will not spend some time. So this is the homework. Next time when I come, I will ask this answer. Now let us look into Srila Prabhupada, okay?
Prabhuji, one thing, please, before we go further, can you please, I want to see the slide of Uttamathikari.
Okay. This is Uttamadikari.
Yeah, 1 minute, Prabhuji.
Prabhupada describes his
Thank
strong
you.
knowledge, he's very expert in the study, like that, page number 29. Is also have a strong faith and scrutiniously. Nana Shastra Vicharanai Kanipunau. There is a difference between reading and studying. What is the difference between reading and studying?
The reading you just go through, studying you absorb, you are trying to understand.
Reading
Okay.
is just a reading, and like studying is you're analyzing it through heart. Like you're studying it in detail and you are understanding it, the context, everything, like analyzing it, what that book wants to tell you. That is like we can say the understanding part.
Yeah. So now we just
Devoting
asked
time.
you to read. I asked you to read, you read that. But here Rupa Goswami says, Nana Shastra Vicharanai Kanipano, who are very expert in scrutiniously studying. One shloka Prabhupada says it takes a weeks to understand, at least to know, spend some time in understanding everything. So as we discuss here, I ask so many questions, you try to answer them. We are trying to understand scrutinizingly these topics. That is Nana Shastra Vicharanai Kanipano. Then scrutinizingly understanding the Shastras. Reading is, yes, go through that. I've been told read, I'll let me read. What is there, what? But how do I scrutinizingly applying in my life? Now I ask the question, seventh offense to commit sinful, sorry, saying preach the unfaithful person. That is offense, but I see devotee is going and preaching. How do I understand? So that's the Nana Shastra, which Aranai Kanipu now. Okay, now what was the question? You wanted the slide, just slide. Okay, you've taken it. Anything else before I move on? Okay, now
Thank you so
we
much,
are all
Prabhuji.
doing in ICF, Srimad Bhagavatam classes, we are doing, Chaitanya Charitamrita doing it. See the contribution of Srila Prabhupada, especially in the literary incarnation, I mean, especially on the literatures, on the Shastras. Between 1960 to 1977, he wrote about 22,000 pages of text, out of which 18,000 of Bhagavatam. Even if you take one verses per day, if you're going to scrutinizingly study, I'm not talking about reading here. One scrutinizingly, one verses, I will spend about 3, 4 hours, 5 hours. Then scrutinizingly, you can understand. That would take 49 years. If we start today also, I will not live in this planet. Even 49 years, another 49 years, I wouldn't think so. I would stay. 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita, it takes about 2 years. And Chaitanya Charitamrita, about 11,000 odd verses, it takes another 31 years. If you read one page per day, also, it's going to take another 6 years. He written 7,000 letters. He gave so much volumes of lectures, volumes of books, conversation with various scientists, other religion people. There's so many conversation. He published 147 books. Even one page per month, if you read, it takes 13 years to complete it. Prabhupada has written so much. For what? For whom? It's all for us. And there is no need to go outside the book. Somebody say, oh,
Haribol, can't hear you, Prabhuji. You're on mute.
Prabhupada did not write about Vedas. What he did not write about the Nyayas, Vedanta Sutras. He didn't talk about Upanishad, you know.
Prabhu, your voice is breaking.
Can't hear at all, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, not able to hear you.
I think he's logged out, Mataji.
Oh, okay. Yes, Mataji, he is not here.
Major disturbance today, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. I'm extremely sorry. I don't know what I was speaking, but am I audible now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, now you're audible, Prabhu.
Yeah, I was talking about anything anybody want to establish. They say we should read Vedas as a basis because that's a Shruti part of it. Smriti is what the Acharyas written, thinking that all the Puranas, Idikasas, and things like that. Nyaya is Vedanta Sutra. Now, Prabhupada covered everything. He wrote Sri Ishopanishad, somebody wants it. And Bhagavad Gita is both Smriti and Shruti because it comes in the part of Mahabharata. Then Vedanta Sutra, somebody needs to write. And Vyasadeva wrote the commentary on the Vedanta Sutra, which Prabhupada translated. So anybody ask what is that I need to study, Prabhupada has given for all type of people who wants to study, then they can take this. And what is the nectar of devotion comes under which category?
Smriti.
Okay.
Because it is a scripture from the Acharyas, means based on the
Yeah,
Puranas.
but Vyasadeva did not compile nectar of devotion. Okay, this is another homework. Homework 2. Go and find out what is that NOD comes under which category in this Prasthanatraya. Okay. Okay, now what I am going to show is uh, that in spite of writing so much volume in the globe around 14 times in 12 years, 65 to 1977, this is 2-3 minutes of video. I'll pick later, but I want you to see the so there will be a icon which will be traveling around showing Prabhupada traveled. Are you able to hear now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Krishna Pandam, Krishna Prasadam, Bhutale, Inti Bhakti Vedanta Swami,
Prabhupada also to Russia.
This is the achievement of Prabhupada. He is able to construct, write so many volumes of book, and he used to travel so many places. And he also established 108 temples, 147 volume of books, 10,000 devotees. So Prabhupada went from capital of devotion to capital of degradation, which is America, from Vrindavan to even to America. And look at this, his contribution. See, I also was talking about today's verse, the Mahatma only can turn into devotees. There was one devotee in the Kumbh Mela, I guess. So there was an argument happened. So that said, what ISKCON is all about, they're doing bhakti, chanting, no devotional, you are not doing any welfare activity. You can feed poor children. So many people are hungry. What is the use of very dry bhakti? You're doing it. You're not doing hospitals and things like that. So he had an argument with Prabhupada, and he left after some time. After 20 years, when some devotee saw, he recognized this devotee who was had the argument, then asked, and he became a devotee full time in Mayapur, and he was doing the practice. Even a person who is come in contact with Prabhupada, irrespective of favorably or unfavorably, he became a devotee. That is a pure Vaishnava. The bhakti, why he got it? Causeless mercy of the Vaishnava. Then he had that conversation, brought Ajnana Sukriti, that brought little bit of a bhakti in the same lifetime, some Shraddha. From the Shraddha, he could able to have Vaishnava association. Then he stayed in Mayapur. Then he slowly, with association of devotees, started progressing and taken initiation as well. So this is this is the potency of a spiritual, the pure Vaishnavas, especially Srila Prabhupada. Now, look at this. He's 70 plus years, very old. Not many people achieved anything in the age of 70. After 70, there is no Guinness record comes except Srila Prabhupada. That somebody who could able to achieve after 70 significantly, that's only Srila Prabhupada. Nobody able to achieve anything, they do it between, below the 50, 60 years. Not after 70 years, nobody achieves anything. There is no money. Prabhupada did not add a single penny. No detailed strategy how I'm going to preach. Now, at least before coming to the class, I prepare something, put some slides. I'm going to talk about this. I mentally prepare something like that. But Prabhupada doesn't know the people. He doesn't know how the situation will be. So he didn't have detailed strategy. He didn't say, I will do Bhakta Vriksha, I will do a Namahatta, I will do a devotee care. No, Prabhupada knew I don't know what kind of people going to listen to them. He doesn't know the place of the place. If you want to go to Vrindavan, Mayapur, you at least book your thing, and you can't just go take the train. Let me sleep under the tree. Does anyone has done here? No, we all planned something. But Prabhupada went. There is no place he doesn't know. Like how Rupa Sanatana Goswami, six Goswami stayed under the tree, knowing next day they'll move on to a different tree. So Prabhupada just depend on Krishna. There is no supporting system. There is no one he knew who can go into preach and helping, or there is some center is there, some people is going to help. Prabhupada was just depend, no contact. He was living in the lowest place. The Bowery is the lowest degraded place in America. So he's not living in a posh area as well. Counterculture. That's the time all the hippies where counterculture is happening. They don't even listen to the parents, breaking all the four legged principle. And these are young people, they don't listen to the elders. That is the revolution happening. They said, no, what our elders say, we will not listen. That is the mode. And on top of it, Prabhupada is very old, and his elderly people is preaching to the younger generation. And what is he preaching? Four regulative principle, which they break every day. And he is from India, different culture, not the same ethnic group. And he is coming from the lowest place, Bauri. He doesn't have a money. He doesn't have a supporting system. He doesn't have how to do a proper strategy for planning. And Prabhupada, they could able to construct the Empire Palace. So this is the pure Vaishnava. This is the pure devotional service. Because of that, Jnana Sukriti, Prabhupada has established many people. Now also there are so many devotees becoming, because whatever in the previous life Prabhupada gave the mercy, they were not able to complete. Now you can see there will be a Star Wars speaking about it. The third generation will be a lot of devotees you can see coming up. So Prabhupada has opened so many, converted so many people like that. So that is the greatness of Srila Prabhupada. And one example you can compare is with Prahlad Maharaj. And Prahlad Maharaj was poisoned. Everywhere he could able to see Krishna's hand. So similarly, Prabhupada saw Krishna's hand everywhere. When he got heart attack, he did not say, hey, Krishna, I'm going for you. You are giving so much trouble to me. That too many heart attacks at this age. Prabhupada did not, instead of he took shelter of Chaitanya Charitamrita, he started reading and remembered his mission. Oh, my mission, my Guru Maharaj told, I need to preach. Krishna, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Right? So preaching is the essence. When Prahlad Maharaj asked Narasimhadev, what do you want? I want to deliver all this fallen conditioned souls. That's only my desire. I don't want to go myself alone. So Prabhupada took that hippies to happies, demons to devotees. So Prahlad Maharaj converted demons to devotees. Prabhupada converted hippies to happy people. So that's a contribution of Srila Prabhupada. We can keep on going on glorifying Srila Prabhupada. I would stop here for anybody who want to reflect or add more to it, Medhavani Mataji. So I would stop here. Thank you for the opportunity to glorify Srila Prabhupada.
हरि बोल, हरे कृष्णा
हरि बोल,
कृष्णा
हरि
कृष्णा
बोल,
कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे.
हरि
हरि बोल
बोल,
प्रभु. Thank you so
Raj
much.
प्रभु जी.
Wonderful session. You balanced both
Wonderful.
NOD as well as Prabhupada glorification. Very, very grateful to you, Prabhu. Dandavat pranams. Yeah, I think Mataji has a question. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Mataji,
Yes,
Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, is it only because of the Agnata Sukriti that we all have come into Bhakti, Prabhuji?
300%.
And how to stay permanently in Bhakti, Prabhuji? Like, is there anything like little Agnata Sukriti, if you have, you will perform
Sukriti
only
means
that?
it's not because of your endeavor. It is the costless mercy of the Vaishnavas that you got that Jnana Sukriti. So when everybody said I got Jnana Sukriti, I'm very special soul. That's why Jnana Sukriti. No, that's the costless mercy of the Vaishnavas. Because of that, we got Jnana Sukriti. Because you got Jnana Sukriti, then you got this faith. Because you got the faith, then you are Shraddha, Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya that is happening. Bottom line is
Hare
costless mercy of the Vaishnavas.
I have a small question. What is the difference between Purva Sukriti Karma and Adnat Sukriti? Are they one and the same? Purva Sukriti and Adnat Sukriti.
I don't know, Prabhu. I'm hearing first time, so I need to refer. I know
Prabhuji,
what
how
is
can
Ajnana Sukriti.
sorry, Prabhu. How
Go
can
ahead.
we bring other members of the family, Prabhuji, to Bhakti, like giving them this Agnata Sukriti? Like, how all we can do, Prabhuji? Other than
Feed lot
giving
of prasadam. Feed lot of prasadam. Ask them to offer Damodar lamp. Ask them to talk to some pure Vaishnavas. So there was one Mataji, husband is not becoming a devotee. She asked Maharaj, His Holiness, again Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj. Maharaj said, you just ask him to come to the airport. We have to pick up. There's nobody else. Can you help? Ask your husband. Then Mataji asked, like this Maharaj is asking, Sannyas is holy man. Why don't you come and just come to the airport and pick up, drop? No, you are any free. Then he said, yeah, I will come. But don't ask me to follow anything. He said, yeah, no problem. Then Maharaj, he came in the car. He didn't speak anything on the bhakti, but he was generally asking how his business doing and things like that. The meeting was over. After some time, he became a devotee because that's association of the minute of a pure Vaishnava can transform people. Blessings of the pure Vaishnavas. Ask them to prayers. Ask them to keep prayers, prayer works. And you need to ask the seniors to bless that your husband or family members to become Krishna conscious. Feed them with Krishna Bhakti. If they are not able to get the Ajnana Sukriti, we need to give them how? By prayers, doing devotional service on behalf of them, incense, chanting for them, pray, asking Vaishnavas to bless them, and giving the prasadam. This will accumulate.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranams. Hare Krishna.
If you directly go and confront, especially your family members, it will be worst. They will turn away from Krishna conscious. They'll stop doing everything. So don't force. No preaching to the family members. It's very difficult. Only way is encouraging them. They were telling their activity. My mom and father, they're good at cooking. I said, why don't you come Sunday? They're cooking. Oh, I love cooking. They said, come. They started cooking. They become a devotee. Somebody will have some interest. They might be musical oriented or they'll be good in writing. We need to engage that, tap that activity. And one thing I would like to tell you, since you have asked this, remembered, I didn't forgot to tell you. There was one devotee, you all know the Bhakta Peter, Crazy Peter, he's called Crazy Peter. It is in Boston. Satswarup Maharaj, that time was the temple president. So this Bhakta Peter is very strange guy. He would lie down on the veranda and he would very lazy. He keeps some Prabhupada books. He doesn't do anything else. He's lying around, lazing around. When people enter the temple, they see him. They don't see the deity. They see this crazy Peter, and they all get annoyed. They don't know what to do. They wrote to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, this crazy Peter, now it has become a crazy Peter. What should we do with him? And it's becoming too much to manage. Prabhupada wrote one word. You know what is that he wrote? What is the matter? Can't you tolerate him? And later, this person became the greatest devotee. And who is the one who translated Nectar of Instruction from Sanskrit? He's become a Sanskrit Pandit. And most of the Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Goswami's teaching, he only translated from Sanskrit to English. And Prabhupada exactly knew who is this crazy Peter all about. And he said, what is the matter? Can't you tolerate? But later, he's the greatest Acharya and who became, and we are reading today, enjoying Nectar of Instruction, Nectar of Devotion. This is the same Peter who became Acharya and later helped Srila Prabhupada in translating it. So thank you very much for asking that.
Haribol.
Dandavat pranams, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
So
Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat pranam.
somehow connect your family to the pure Vaishnavas. They will become the. Sorry, Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the wonderful session. Prabhu, I wanted to ask, I'm basically from South India, so many of my relatives are there in Chennai, all those places. They all read Bhagavad Gita every day. They read Bhagavatam, they attend Bhagavat Saptaha. They're very religious people. And we also see Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, all the abhadras in the heart will get destroyed. But even I was following that only before I came into Krishna consciousness. Like you said, Ajnata Sukriti is the reason we are all here. But how to, because they've been reading Bhagavad Gita, but still they have this, they are part of the Shankara Mat and Kanchi Mat and all that. So they believe in this, more of, aparad kind of thing, right? It's not even Brahman kind of, they're trying to attain that Brahman realization, but they have this Mayavadi kind of philosophy. At least, I think we were also practicing that, but at least at that time when we were very young, we didn't know all this. So now, because of Prabhupada's very lucid explanation, now we are able to understand, we're able to see what is the kind of following we are doing. And I'm not able to engage them in services also because they're in Chennai, I'm in Mumbai. So apart from praying for them, so that they could come into association of devotees, what else can be done, Prabhu? Because their very recitation of Bhagavad Gita every day is actually, when Prabhupada says, Mayavadi, Aparadi, that means the very performance of all these activities only is taking them away because the conclusion is not clear. And it is of no fault of theirs, Prabhu. They were all like that from generations accumulated anarthas. So can you suggest something, Prabhu? Because I've tried to connect them to temples and all, not working out. They're not spending the time like that. So how can we help people who are not in the vicinity, staying away?
Pray to Prabhupada. Costless mercy, unless he's going to show costless mercy, there's nothing going to happen. Because generally, if you preach against them, then they'll go against ISKCON, especially Shankaracharya are very strong. So we generally, when any argument comes, I say that, include Krishna as well. He said, Bhaja Govindam, you're chanting or reading Bhagavad Gita, very good, continue with that. Encourage them, whatever related to Krishna conscious activities. And don't speak anything against, Mayavada means Shunya Hai, all those things. Don't even bring that topic. That's for our understanding, but we can apply that to our family members and relatives. You never should talk anything against him, but whatever you can speak is for Shankaracharya. Of course, he wrote Jagannath Astakam. You can tell this also, you can recite along with Bhagavad Gita. Is Shankaracharya another song? Why don't you encourage them in that path? Let them read Jagannath Astakam. But one thing can immediately want to transfer a pure Vaishnava association. Some other you need to trick them to have association. They may not have talked to them, but the vibes of this pure Vaishnava's blessing, it can transform immediately. Otherwise, it's just depend on Prabhupada.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Correct.
Anyone else?
Having question?
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. What about those people who give donation to these temples, ISKCON temple and all that? That's also Agyat Sukrati or something?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you.
Sometimes our devotees don't accept the money. Some devotee came for temple construction. He is a big bar owner. He said, "We don't need your money because that karma will badly influence as well. Even though money is made at out, they made that's also important. Sometimes devotees don't go to the level like maybe they reject it. If a known person is doing it, is stolen the money. One time Prabhupada was rejected one big landlord who was giving money in Vrindavan, because what he does is he go to the crematorium, the people who are died, they take the gold, whatever left out, then he sells that and makes the money. So some devotees came to know, then told Prabhupada, is there anything legally, ethically, as far as we know, then accept that money. Something you can violate, that's different. But when you know that, don't accept it. So that's also becomes an issue. So anything something or other, they're going to donate it to Krishna. Legally, whatever they end, they definitely get Sukriti.
But
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, most of these people who do business is never straightforward, no? So what about that money?
I am not a karma expert. We can go for an on and discuss. Because if I start now, I will not complete it by tomorrow. We will do another session.
Prabhuji, when will give these answers which you said in the class? I will tell you in the next class, because I want to have those answers from you. Means which class will give the answers?
I don't know. You have to pray to Krishna. Another session it happens, then I will answer it. I'm
The
depending on
admin.
Krishna.
So you please tell the admin that when should I come next for the class, so that we'll know these answers from you.
Yeah, I'm just
Let
creating
Don't
this.
worry,
Nandini
Mataji.
Mataji.
We will get it. Don't worry. We will get the answer from Gaurav Chandra Gopinath Prabhu before the end of this week. Don't worry. Prabhu,
Okay, I'm just
we cannot see without the answers.
see why the main purpose of I am not answering is that you think about me, you pray for me, you bless me sufficiently. That's one thing. Internal reason,
Prabhu, if you
external
give the
reason.
answer
You also
immediately, then all the devotees
you will
will pray
forget it.
and we'll
No, you
chant
will forget it.
one
You
time
will
Hare.
forget it. You will forget it and you will not know. Tomorrow my name also will not know. And second thing is that you go and research, read Prabhupada books. Why should I struggle so much? I'm instigating to go and research in Prabhupada and give me quotation from Prabhupada. So you go and do at least research on Prabhupada when this occasion, because your mind is always occupied with this question, what should I do? What should I do? Go and read Prabhupada books. So that's another advantage of doing it.
Okay,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, why I asked you this question about the business people? Because when we used to do Damodar Aarti, people give donation. So many people's houses to go and collect the money.
Unless you know, especially exclusively that comes, then you need to worry about it. Something which you can't verify, don't bother. Take it, he'll get purified.
Okay. Thank you,
Irrespective of what
Prabhuji.
he says, however he earns, he will purify. The level of purification will be less, low, high, depends on how he earned the money. But the karma is so intricate that even you are going and eating somebody's house, relative house, but they are cooking non-vegetarian, and even the cleanup, you offer everything and eat, still that place has karmic effect. You will have some karma effect, even you eat prasadam. So karma is very difficult, detailed subject, and it's never ending. And our business is to get out of this place. So don't worry about it.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Lovely, very nice class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
You
I
all,
had one more doubt relating
yes,
to
Mataji.
Mataji's question. Prabhu, why you not utilize, like even if we know the source, it's not, that is one way we can engage it na, in the service of the Lord, because it will automatically get purified, right? Because even if I can talk about myself, the amount of anarthas I have, I'm also like the totally not unofferable, but I am engaged in devotional service. So why not engage the money of that person? Because right now he is in that particular state, but when the money is offered, then he gets Ajnata Sukriti, right? Why to reject anybody offering anything?
He understands that I'm doing wrong. He want to stop it and you want to rectify it, then it's a different reason. But if you're going to take it, you're still thinking that by giving some commission to Lord, my business will grow. I will slaughter more people. I'll involved in more, and indirectly you're helping him to do that. So that karma will
No,
come to you.
Prabhu, do we need to tell him? Like, for example, I know a person is maybe a cigarette shop owner, let's say. right? I'm going for collecting donation. That person is willing to give donation. I know it is a cigarette shop owner, but the money that he is giving, I'm going to utilize in, either I distribute books to him or he may give for Damodara celebration. So I'm not going to tell him, right? Because if you do this, then you will get out of
Instead of
cigarette business and
accepting
will get into
donation,
genuine.
yeah, you can, instead of accepting donation, always keep some BTG back to God. It's some books. He's paying for the books. That way he gets Agyana Sukriti, give him back something.
Okay. So that way we can distribute books and take money for it instead of donation.
Yeah, there's no
Okay.
restriction to distribute books.
My last
Anyone
question
can.
to you. See, we do book distribution, and all types of people we meet: Muslims, Christians, Jains, Buddhists, everyone who are non-believers in Krishna conscious like philosophy. So, is it aparat to distribute books? Because as per
No.
the 10, we can say those 10
No.
Namaparat, we should not preach to
So this is the
non-believers.
homework. This is the homework I gave. Indirectly, you're asking me
That
to
only I have
answer
a
now.
big question. I have like
Yeah,
preaching to
that's why
non-believers.
I said I will not answer it now. So because you're asking and again, it is not offensive, but the explanation I'll give it next class. It is not offensive, you can distribute.
But as
When
I
it
understand,
becomes
Prabhu, we should not distribute free. We should take some money and give. Otherwise, they will not value it. Is that right?
yeah, true. True.
But Prabhuji, a lot of people are eating non-veg also, no? So how they give money? How is that?
Prabhupada gave Bhagavatam to everyone. Malechas who are eating meat eaters. Prabhupada did not discriminate. Prabhupada distributed. You follow his footstep.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Dandat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhu, we request you to come more often, Prabhu, and give us these classes. Maybe once a week or twice a week. Please let us know your schedule, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Already so many missed calls in the office. So that's a problem. 12 o'clock my office starts. So it's becoming
So that's
really
okay,
difficult.
Prabhu. Half an hour हम लोग 2 हफ्ता वेट कर रहे हैं ना आंसर के लिए ऑफिस लोग 20 मिनट नहीं वेट कर सकते प्रभु.
Very good suggestion, Mataji.
If you all say that Prabhu we are sufficiently prayed, then I'll come. If you're not praying, means I'm not coming. So your prayers will work.
We want you to come,
This is
Prabhuji.
like
We'll pray for you.
this is like Bhaktisiddhanta. This is like Gaur Keshav Babaji Maharaj sending back Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. I'll not give you initiation. Let Krishna come and tell me. So please, Prabhu, don't do this to us. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Vancha kalpatarubhesha kripa sindhubhyevacha
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. हिज ग्रेस गौरचंद्र गोपीनाथ प्रभु की जय. अनंत कोटि
Srila
वैष्णव
Prabhupada ki jai.
जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद तिरुवा महामहोत्सव की जय. निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरि हरि बोल. So Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Some announcement, Mataji.
Yeah, next class will be on Monday morning. We'll continue chapter 3 from the paragraph number 6. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Dandat Pranam, sir.
Thank you, Dandat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Can I end the session with your permission, Prabhu? Hare Krishna.